What's up, guys? Happy Saturday. It's about 3 or 3:30 here where I'm at, and I found a little bit of sunlight coming out this window, so I decided to sit down and talk to you guys about this topic. People sometimes ask me how I seem to be like wise beyond my years, or how I know certain things at my age at like 20 something, and the truth is that one, I just like to read and also watch videos on different topics and things like that, but also I really enjoy talking to my elders. Like, if you think about it, our elders have a lot more years on us, whether they're like 40, 60, 80, whatever the age is. I just realized that you have a few decades on me. Why don't I talk to you and try to see what your perspective is on certain topics, or just listen to your experiences and hear how you've handled those experiences throughout your life. Like, it just makes sense to talk to people who have been through certain things and just understand how they handled those things. And one thing my mom has always told me is just that life is cyclical. So the things that are happening today, they've happened before, and that you can take that on like a micro level, so like a small scale level, where the things that have happened to one individual person at the age of like 80 has probably happened to them multiple times before. Or you can take that on like a macro, broader level, where the things that have happened in the world within the past like couple years entirely, they've happened before in the world in the past. So it could have been like in a completely different way, but it still relates to what's happening now. Or it could have been like this same exact event happening again that happened previously. So really, everything that has happened has already happened, whether it's like the exact same thing or whether it's a similar thing, but you can still use the same tools and mindset to approach it. So that's something my mom has always told me. But the one thing I want to talk to you guys about today is just the fact that I'm realizing, even though somebody has said this to me before, but I'm actually realizing it for myself, is that life is often a lot longer than we believe it is. And when I say long, I'm not saying, you know, how the average person might live until they're 80. Like that's a long time. I'm not saying that. We might think about life and get the feeling that everything in life is happening quickly, like life is just something that'll happen and then we blink and then it's over. If I sit down, or if I sat down probably like 3 years ago and thought about life, I'd say, oh my god, I don't have much life left. And that kind of sounds crazy because like I'm only in my 20s, and theoretically if I live until 80, I have plenty of life left. But also, if I live until 50, I have plenty of life left. If I live until 40, I have plenty of life left. And I think that's the whole thing. Like, so much can happen within a year of your life, and so much can happen within 5 or 10 years of your life. And I think that for people, especially like my age or younger, 20 or younger, it doesn't seem like there's a lot of space in life for things to unravel or for life to unravel. But the more I'm looking at the things that have happened in my life and just talking to elders, I'm realizing that things happen in life so quickly. Like, things can change so quickly. You might think that your life is headed in one direction, but one little event can happen and it can just completely switch the whole direction of your entire life. Just to make this more relatable, you might go your whole high school career, like your whole 4 years of high school, with this one college or university in your head, like, yeah, I'm gonna get accepted into this one college. And you might plan your whole next few years based off of that one idea that, yes, I'm gonna get into this one college. And then you get to the end of your high school career, you apply for your college, and you realize, I didn't get accepted. That thing that I thought was a sure thing is not happening. And that just completely changes the whole direction of your next few years. Like, just how quickly that one thing can happen and change the direction of your whole life. There are many other things in life that will happen like that. But where the deeper understanding comes in is, you might not get accepted into that one college that you just knew you were going to get accepted into, and it might feel like your life is over, or you just completely messed up. Like, the rest of your life isn't gonna go how you thought it was gonna go. But life is a lot longer than we think it is. Like, that one event happening that you didn't think was gonna happen or you didn't want to happen, it's not gonna ruin your life. It'll definitely change where you thought your life was going, but it's not gonna ruin your life. Your life isn't over just because that one thing didn't work out how you thought it was gonna work out. And really, I think that it takes time to understand this as a human. Like, it takes multiple things to happen in your life for you to realize that one event will change your life possibly for like a couple years or a long time, but it's not the end of your life. Like, there are going to be so many other events that stack on top of all the other previous events that happen in your life. And I think you just kind of get to the point where you realize that anything can happen at any moment, and some things might take like a small amount of time to unravel, and some things might take like a decade or a couple decades to unravel. Like, you might be watching this right now and your life might not be going well. You might feel like you just want to give up, or you feel like nothing has worked out for your life so far, so you might think that nothing will work out, or you might think that life won't get better. Like, this is just life as it is for you right now, and you're just gonna have to put up with it. I think we've all been to a place where we felt like life wasn't gonna get any better, but I'm realizing that instead of having that mindset of thinking this is my life now and I don't have time to get it to where I want it to be over here, instead of thinking that, I think, what can I do right now, or what can I start doing right now to change the whole direction of my life? Because I think one thing that holds a lot of people back is just thinking that changing your life can take forever, and it will take forever, and life isn't long enough to change your life. Like, that's something that I've thought of in my head, and I think it really goes back to just the fact that, one, I'm young. Like, I'm in my 20s, so think about, if you're in your 20s or if you're even younger, think about how much time you've had to live. Like, just say for example that most people, they don't have their first memory until about 4 or 5 years old, so you don't even really understand or know that you're conscious until maybe like 4 or 5 years old. For some people it happens earlier, but let's just say for example. So really, like, your first realization of being conscious was in like pre-K. And then I don't know about you, but if I think back to the last 10-15 years, being like 5 to 15, it was kind of a blur. Like, there's a handful of memories that I have, but the only thing that is really crystal clear is like the last 5 years of my life. And I think that that's the problem for a lot of younger people. It's just, we don't have much experience. Like, everything before our life right now just seems like it went by in such a flash. We don't even remember it. It just flew by, and here we are. And I think that we think that's where the next few decades of our life will, like, that's what the next few decades of our life will be like. Just a flash. It'll just go by, and it'll seem like we have no control over it. That might have been true when we were younger. That might have been true between the ages of like 0 to 18, because we were just kids and we were just under the control of our parents. We had to go to school every day, and it was just a structured lifestyle, like home, parents, stores, school, after school, like sports, clubs, whatever. So once you get to being an actual adult in adulthood, it kind of just feels like we don't have much experience of being an adult, and we don't know what the next few decades will look like because we haven't lived the next few decades. Like, once you talk to an elder, you're talking to somebody who has been through multiple stages of life, and they might tell you to relax, calm down, like everything's gonna be fine. And to hear it is one thing, but to feel it is something else. But I think that I'm getting to the point in my life where I'm starting to feel it. Like, I'm starting to recognize the cycles in my life because I'm gaining years, like I'm gaining experience. And something that has just recently happened to me, I'm realizing happened to me 5 years ago. So now I can look back on that experience and say, oh, this actually just happened to me 5 years ago. Let me reach back into that experience and utilize what I learned today. But every time something new happens, I'm like, oh, I didn't even predict that this would happen. I didn't even know this could happen. And then I think about all the things in the future that'll happen just like that. And I realize, like, everything that's happening today is so minuscule. Like, it'll be so minuscule when I look back on it 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now, and I'll just laugh probably like, wow, I really thought that that was gonna be the end of my life, or I really thought that that was gonna be like the best thing that has ever happened to me, the best thing that could ever happen to me. And it kind of gets me excited for the future because I realize that there are so many possibilities of what can happen. This isn't the best of it, this isn't the worst of it, unfortunately, but it's kind of just exciting. Like, I'm not gonna stay in this position forever. I don't know what will happen, but I know more will happen, and that's just exciting to me. Like, life is really a lot longer than we think it is. Everything prior to this age has probably been a flash, but every time I think about it, it just makes me want to focus in on this moment and be more present and think, maybe if I think hard enough in this moment and I'm present enough in this moment, I can look back 5 years from now and remember everything that has happened in this moment because I was so present. I'm kind of chatting right now, but that is kind of crazy to think about. Like, sometimes I give myself these challenges where I'm just recognizing that I'm in a moment, like I'm recognizing that I'm here right now recording this video, and I'll think to myself, I wonder if I can remember this exact moment and everything that I'm thinking right now next week. Like, the human brain is built to constantly be pushing out memories that are not important because we only have so much capability to store information and keep it in our memory. But think about how many memories that you have lost over the years because maybe you weren't present in the moment, or they just weren't really important memories to keep. I don't know, think about something that you can remember about today 1 week from now or 1 month from now, and kind of challenge yourself and think about something that you remember from last week that happened, or yesterday that happened, last month that happened. But I'm chatting now, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up. I hope you guys got something out of this video, and if you want to, you can DM me on Instagram. My Instagram's right here, and I will catch you in the next video. Thank you for watching.